All this shit, man. This clown ass shit. You want to know where my post came from with the Wale post?
Oh yeah.
The Wale post. So what inspired that was I was on my way home, and I listen to music on my way home from work a lot, and I saw on one of my feeds that it said that Wale made a new song called Black Gold or Black is Gold, and it was paying tribute. It was paying tribute to the black woman. So it was one of those the black woman is God type of shits, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's give this a listen to. Maybe it sounds good. Like I don't hear many songs that are paying tribute to black women. So
which they deserve. They deserve.
Yeah, which they deserve.
A lot of tribute and respect.
Right, which they deserve, and I was like, all right, let me give this a shot. Have you ever heard this track, yo?
My favorite rapper is Styles P, yo.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to.
My favorite my all-time favorite rapper is DMX.
Cool. I just wanted to hear. But yeah, needless to say. Okay, so I had certain points where I was like, all right, I'm going to
Card captors. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to give this guy a chance. Strike one was the D'Angelo beat that he used. That was strike one.
Which is the thing now? Because me and Top was just having this conversation. That these new niggas and some of these halfway old niggas is just like, yo, we just gonna jack everything from the 90s.
Yeah. So he used that was strike one. Strike one was when he used D'Angelo's "You're My Lady" beat. That shit, right? So I was like, okay,
right.
let me hear the bars. So I was hearing his lyrics. That was strike two. Strike two was his bars, right? And he went on. He started saying some stupid shit. Like it wasn't even on beat. Like it's not in the D'Angelo beat. It's not really a difficult beat to ride to. It's not a difficult beat to flow to at all, right? But for some reason, this asshole wasn't even on beat.
This asshole.
Yeah, like he wasn't even on point with the beat or nothing. So then that was strike two. Strike three was then when he started singing.
Okay.
When he started singing, that's where I was like, all right, no. I just turned it off after that. And
I'm not listening anymore.
And yeah, and you know how long this happened before I hit strike three? 30 seconds into the song.
Damn.
30 seconds into the song. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I think it's time for me to say what's really on my mind, and because this was something that I've been dealing with for a long time with Wale. And I was like, but I never really wanted to talk about it because so many people.
You call a nigga Wally. I heard you call a nigga Wally 3 times, nigga. That nigga's not even Wale. That nigga's Wally.
Wally, right? Like.
Go ahead, nigga.
That nigga be fucking the way he be carrying on and shit. But talking that E shit. But yeah. So it's not funny, yo. So when he started singing, I was like, oh fuck no. So it just this was something that I've been dealing with this guy for about ever since really he came out. Cause I heard one track from him, and a lot of my homeboys were like saying like, "Yo, you should really give this guy a chance." Like yeah, he's on that conscious shit, which really is the misconception about me. Cause a lot of people, they think because I like real hip hop, they think I'm with some backpacker shit. Like they think I'm with some backpacker like conscious shit, which I'm not. Like I do like a lot of artists who do spit some intellectual shit, but it's not like on some woke shit. Like it's not like on some like none of that. So when I heard Wale, I was like, yeah, this nigga's garbage, yo. Like his bars, they sound like some shit from off of the Disney Channel or some shit. This don't even sound like no real nigga shit. And I just finally, but I kept my mouth shut throughout the years because, you know, I ain't want to hurt nobody's feelings and all this other nonsense and shit.
Over here starting fights.
Yeah, you know, like, niggas feel some type of way about that. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just want to say what I say because this nigga need to be stopped. And and so I said it. Yeah, I said what I said. And it was just a simple post. It was just like, yo, this nigga's whack. Wally is whack. And, you know, and I knew somebody was going to disagree with it. Like, I knew there was going to be somebody that's... Yeah, like I knew somebody was going to say, like, yo, he ain't that bad, yo, he ain't this, he ain't that. And I was like, look.
And yo, look, I knew Captain Save Hope was going to be on there to say something about it.
Don't be like that, yo. Don't be like that, yo.
That's my dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said the same shit to him in his face. Like, I'm not no punk or no shit like that. Like, yeah. He my man, so I'm gonna keep it real with him 100. But like, yeah, like, you see, my thing, the reason why I came on there and I said what I said, is because I wholeheartedly agree. And this is me speaking from a place that most other people can't speak from. You know what I'm saying? My mans was listening to Wale back when we was 15. Okay.
Oh man.
15. He been listening to that nigga for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm privy to a lot of Wale shit. You feel me? We know about his shit. And I can't name no songs because I'm not that big of a fan, you know. But the nigga has the ability to be way greater than what he is. Okay? But he falls to the trappings that most artists nowadays fall to. And that in turn makes him whack. Yes, he is a whack artist. He's definitely a whack artist. Big ups to him from being from DC. Big ups to him for making a career for himself. Big ups to him for even appreciating the black woman. I got no problems with none of that shit.
Yeah, that's why I heard it. That's why I wanted to listen to it, because I actually wanted to hear, like, something positive. That's why I wanted to listen to it, because I wanted to hear actually something positive that was coming from a rapper about black women. Like I actually wanted to hear that shit.
Look, I don't listen to rappers for positive shit, yo.
Yeah, I know how you get down, yo. I know how you get down, yo. But that's why I decided to give it a chance, though.
Are they playing the Power Rangers fighting game? Yo, they playing the Power Rangers fighting game, yo. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You talking about Max's Squad and shit?
Yeah. Yo, I was just thinking about this game the other day. I was like, yo, I wonder how many people remember this game, yo. But back to Wally. Back to Wally. Oh, this must be the second game. Yeah, cause you get to play as Zed and all that other shit. This is a different game. It's not the same one. Like, the nigga has potential. You know who you know who he reminds me of?
Oh.
J. Cole.
Jesus Christ.
And that's because J. Cole, when he came out, and the nigga was spitting, Now, I'm not saying he ain't spitting no more. It's just that I ain't saying no shit I really want to hear. But then again, I like hardcore shit. I like to hear my jewels within the ignorance.
Nah. J. Cole. I got an opinion about J. Cole, but and a lot of people ain't gonna like what I gotta say. Like that's why I don't really say too much about him, because niggas is really like, they really on him. Like, it's like, yo, J. Cole nice as shit. Like, J. Cole this, that. Like, yo, he's so woke. Like, yo, he's so conscious, yo. Like, he be saying some out of the blue shit. And I'm just like, nah, no, he not.
He really not.
He's not, yo. He's not. And that's just it. And you remember what I was talking to you about, you know, people like or overhyping some shit that don't just need to be overhyped. Like J Cole definitely fits into that category, yo. And like I said, like I'm not saying that the Beige brother can't spit. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can't spit. All I'm saying is that he doesn't. Okay, it's like this. One of the reasons why I thought I was so ill of an artist, right? Like I was just so dope as an artist was because I wasn't in a room with other artists. Like growing up, I was kind of like that one guy in the classroom that knew how to draw. Like it was like, yo, that dude is sick as hell. Like nobody can draw better than him because nobody else was drawing, right? Like nobody else was really doing much. But so that's what made me look so great. But when I actually got in college, and I was actually taking in design classes and drawing classes, and when I was surrounded by other artists, that's when I realized I'm really not as nice as I thought I was. And it's the same shit that's going on nowadays. That it's like artists like J. Cole, who back in the like the mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, if somebody like J. Cole was to come out, he would be average at best. He would not be like this spitter. Like, oh, like the boy can spit. He wouldn't be like this amazing guy.
Yo, it would be a lot of niggas that's like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you look at the competition that's out now, and if you look at the level of lyricism that's out now, of course, an artist like J. Cole is going to shine. Of course he is. And people are going to gravitate towards him. People who are so used to hearing real lyrics, you know, they're going to gravitate towards him. It's like Eddie Murphy said it best. You know, you're in like the desert or some shit, or you're in a deserted place and you're hungry and you're starving, and someone comes to you and gives you a cracker, right? You gonna be like, God damn, this is the best cracker I ever had in my life. Ain't nothing can touch this. This is just straight gourmet right here. So, like you be licking your fingers and everything. Like damn, right? Because you know there's nobody really out here that's really spitting like that, even on a commercial level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Aside from, you know, of course, you know, you got Kendrick Lamar, you got, you know, other artists out there, very few in between that are actually spitting like that on a mainstream level. You know? And that's what my problem is with J. Cole. Because it's like, yo, he's not saying nothing that's amazing. Like, yeah, he could spit. Of course he could spit. Yes, you know, he got bars and everything like that. But nah, chill. Stop hyping this nigga up like that.
So my thing is, my biggest thing is, while I do not like them niggas, I appreciate them niggas. And I appreciate them because
they bring balance to the force. Right? Like that. I could appreciate them. Well, I appreciate them for that.
I mean, not even just that. Somebody's going to listen to them. There's going to be some kid that's listening to them due to the hype. Feel me? And they're going to be like, this is the best shit ever. And then they're going to hear a record on Spotify or something else. It's like, you should listen to this. Right? And it's going to be some shit. Like some dope ass old Razzcast or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or some new niggas that's even nicer than them. Some Flatbush, some underachievers, you know? Some I can't think on top of my head now. But something like that. You know? It's niggas like that. You always need a nigga like that to bring you to the gutter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like back in the day, I listened to Mace, right? But what made me, I stopped listening to Mace to listen to DMX. And then from DMX, I went into the Locks, there on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So, it took a nigga in the mainstream who wasn't spitting, and Mace could spit, but, you know, the records that he was putting out, he wasn't spitting like that. He was just doing his thing, you know? It took a nigga like that to make me even want to fuck with the other shit. You feel me? And that's why I appreciate J. Cole, Wale, shit like that. And I'd rather somebody listen to J. Cole, Wale than listen to Drake. Truthfully.
And it's even better.
Like, honest to fucking God.
And I kind of also, forgive me for saying this, show. Well, you don't have to forgive me, but there's going to be some people that's going to hear this, and they're not going to like it. But I also feel that way about Donald Glover, or Donnie. His name is Donald. That's his real name, right? Donald Glover.
Yes, Donald Glover. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how I feel that way about Donald Glover. I actually heard his album. I heard his new album. I heard the whole Bootsy Collins shit. The Bootsy Collins cover, the Funkadelic.
Yeah.
I heard that shit.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah, it's basically Bootsy Collins, man. Like if you heard any of what's his name? What's the album name? Forgot the name of the album. But if you heard any of Bootsy Collins or the Funkadelic, if you heard any of that shit, it's pretty much, it's like a cover. It's like somebody doing a fan-made cover of all his shit. Mm-hmm. There's nothing about it that sounds different, and that's, I guess that's where I'm kind of coming from, because I'm listening to music, because I listen to music as an art form. I don't really necessarily listen to music in terms of the time period that it was created in or who's doing it. Yeah. I listen to it as an art form in its purity. So I'm very familiar with Bootsy Collins. I'm very familiar with a lot of shit that happened that took place even before my era. Like, I'm very familiar with that type of stuff, and I listen to it. So when I hear other artists come out with stuff like this, and then it gets praised as being something different or being something innovative or being or such an amazing album, when really if you place it right next to the inspiration or the if you really put it right next to the album that it originally came from,
it ain't shit.
It ain't shit. Right? It's not, it doesn't hold a candle. And then people are people would get on that. They will get on that type of opinion and say like, yeah, I don't think it sounds like that. I think you're just being a little bit too overly critical and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I'm really not. Because if you really listen to music the way how I would listen to it, or just listen to it. People don't want to listen to certain types of albums or certain music from various artists because of its time period. Because it's old, that means that it doesn't have any relevancy today. Or it doesn't.
Music, period, yo.
Or it doesn't mean anything, or it doesn't mean anything now because it was created back in the 70s or 80s or 90s.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with you on that. You have to really appreciate music to even want to listen to music from a different age. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to Lou Rawls and Tina Marie and shit like that, so I can understand listening to it. But technically, that's not what I want to hear.
Right, and if it's
I want to hear hard shit. So
right, and if it doesn't fit your preference, it doesn't fit your preference. That's cool, but but my thing is, people seem to disown it as if music has a certain expiration date.
Right.
And it doesn't. Like somebody listening to some, if I'm listening to something from back in the day and someone comes to me and is like, yeah, yes, it's an old song, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that it still doesn't have no potency. That still doesn't mean that it's not a good song in itself or a great piece of music.
I feel like that's more of a youthful thing. Excuse me. Fucking cookie.
Actually, it's not, yo. It's not, yo. It's not a useful thing. These are grown people that actually have this argument and say like, yeah, you know, he or she isn't relevant anymore, so they don't have an opinion, or their opinion is not valid because of how old they are.
I don't mean when I say youthful, I'm not talking about people who are old. I'm talking about like maturity.
Oh, okay.
You know, as well as I do, a lot of people not the people we deal with, a lot of people that's around this period in this city, don't want to think past a certain point. You know, and everybody wants to legitimize what they like. You feel me? They're gonna do everything in their power to legitimize what they like, but not go in and give you a reason why I should like it or you should like it. You know what I'm saying? They wanna like that fuck shit. They gonna like that fuck shit. You know? Just like with all these new rappers. And as far as the old shit.
But that's what I mean. Like, my whole point with Donald Glover is, you know, he's being like, this record is so critically acclaimed, and you know, it's such a great album. You know, everybody loves this album and everything like that. But to be honest with you, yo, like, this shit sounds no different from the Parliament, the Funkadelics. Like, it don't sound like it's. Like, it literally sounds like a fan-made cover of their shit. And, you know, for somebody who is familiar with their work and they hear that, and they hear something like Donald Glover's album, it's like nah, it's okay. Like, sonically, like, yeah, it's a nice little arrangement of music. Like, yes, it's a good album, but don't overhype this shit like it's something incredible, because it's not. It's not. It's been done before. It basically sounds like a cover. And it's nothing different.
So, my thing I asked you, right, is there anybody out here now that you feel as though that could make different music but encapsulate that sound as well as that album did, supposedly, because I haven't listened to it.
Okay, may you please repeat that question again? I was trying to.
Do you think there's anybody who have made new music that encapsulates that sound, the Bootsy Collins sound, right? As well as that album has. Is there anybody who's done that now?
The first person that comes to mind, but it's not really. He doesn't do it. He kind of has his own flavor to it. First person that comes to mind is Dan Funk. I don't know if you ever heard of Dan Funk. He's done a lot of shit with Snoop Dogg. He's done a lot of shit with Thundercat. Yeah, I think he's even done shit with Kendrick Lamar. But he's mostly a producer. But he also does his own shit too. Like, he also sings and stuff like that. A lot of his stuff is derived from a lot of psychedelic funk type, even borderline like electronic type sound. So, but again, like his style is so unique to the point where you can definitely hear the influence, but it's his own style, as opposed to somebody like Donald Glover with his new album, which pretty much sounds like a ripoff. Like it sounds like, I know that's kind of harsh for me to say, but it does. It kind of sounds like a copy and paste of their own type of thing. But to answer your question, that's the closest person, other than Donald Glover's album. That's the closest person that I can think of that I listen to that pops in my head is Damn Funk.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you the same question again, but I want you to put it on a mainstream level.
On a mainstream level. No, I don't know of any.
And that's why it's so revered. That's why it's so praised right now. Because ain't nobody... All niggas look for the old shit for its samples. And that's the producers doing that. That's not the artists. You know?
Right.
No one's out here trying to make a new sound. All they trying to do is make new dances. You know? No one's out here attempting to actually do music. Or if they are trying to do music, they're trying to change the whole fucking genre. You know? Which really doesn't need changing. No one's trying to make hip-hop music and have the funk. No one's trying to make EDM and have a little bit of R&B in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No
one's doing that type of stuff.
So
I would argue in his favor, that's why that album is like that. That's why people like it so much. It's not like the nigga can't spit. The nigga can spit.
I'm definitely, it's not like any of them are not talented in lyricism. Like, I'm not saying, like, I've heard Donald Glover freestyle. Like, I'll be an idiot if I was to say, the guy can't, he's whack. I'm not saying that. It's just, when these types, I guess because of my view on, and how I listen to music, I guess that's probably why it kind of rubs me the wrong way when I hear people saying like, yo, this is amazing album, and it's like, well, that's been done before. There's nothing really different about it, because I literally heard that shit the other day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something to be revered as original, Yeah. But I see your point. I definitely see your point with that.
And everything that's original, everything doesn't have to be original to be good. You know what I'm saying?
No, it doesn't.
Like, I don't mind a nigga jacking another nigga shit, so long as you make it sound either good or better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So long if you can improve it or make it your own, I have no problem with that. My problem is when it all sounds the same. If you doing music like that and it just sound like you was going after some Outkast production, then I'm good. I don't want to really do it. You know what I'm saying? If you just gonna rap like a track nigga over, some Sade or some shit, like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out. Not my baby. Please, not my baby. Anything but my baby. Anything but her, yo. Please.
Like, yeah, you gotta come correct, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to come correct. They don't want to do no shit like that. They just want to be niggas, They just want to be niggas. I don't have other shit. but I mean, Gambino, he cool. Like, I don't dislike Gambino. Like, in all facets, I don't dislike him.
It's something about him. I don't know what it is. It's something. What?
He's a nut. That's not it. I mean, he's a nerd. I mean, I'm not gonna.
No, yo, like I guess that's what it is, yo. Like he's a real like one of them strong nerds. Like it's like damn you a nerd. Like I'm a nerd, but god damn you a nerd.
Yeah. Like he's a nerd in
like
the highest form.
Like he's one of them. He's one of them actually niggas. like actually, and then smile at you like real condescendingly, like while he's explaining the shit.
Right.
Like shut the fuck.
Get the fuck out, man. But yeah, like I think that's just what it is, yo. He's just a fucking geek. That's just what it is. Damn, that's fucking wild. He's just a fucking dude. Other than that, he cool beans. Like I ain't got no problem with y'all.
Yeah, I ain't got no beef with him. It's just I can't vibe to him.
Nah. I'm not gonna sit here and say I got a bunch of Gambino on my phone or no bunch of Wale or a bunch of J. Cole. Like I could, if they shit is on, I'm not gonna zap the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, yo, cut that shit off. You know, like I do when you nigga put some Drake on or put some Lil Wayne on. You're not gonna feed me no Young Money shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna start no Sonic Warfare on me.
Nah, I'll probably be if they put on some J. Cole shit, I'll probably be like, yo, cut that shit off, yo. I don't want to hear that, yo. Well, wow, yo, he's spitting some truth, yo. I'm like, look, I ain't got no time for no truth to knowledge and power and shit. Like, I don't want to hear that, yo. Like, cut that shit off. But yo, how you gonna be like that when you listen to Tribe Called Quest? I'm like, look, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. That's all.
Now see, when it comes to shit like any of that shit, like, you know me, I like hard shit. When it comes to hip hop music, which is the only music I listen to, I like hard shit. Don't feed me no fucking sad sack ass, I love these hoes ass shit. I want to hear pimp shit. I want to hear wavy shit. And I want to hear motherfucking gangster shit.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that, you know, that's the thing that J. Cole kind of, that's the other thing that kind of pisses me off about cats like J. Cole and Wale and shit like that, is these save-a-hole songs that they, you know, like that's the thing that kind of really pisses me off, yo. Cause it's like, why are you like, yeah, she a queen on the, and she I'm like, like the shit that made me mad was one time when who was it? Was it Plas? No, it was Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy said he posted up a video, and I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he posted up a video, quick little skit of him, you know, saying what he says about black women, saying like, look, y'all need to get y'all shit right, you know. And then J. Cole gonna come around here, and then he gonna say like, yeah, what kind of man talks about that about another woman and all this other shit, and starts defending these women that don't even exist. These are just women that he's just saying, like, he's speaking in general, so he's not even talking about a particular woman. And then you gonna defend this and act like this is like some shit, and that shit was just kind of, I was like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. Like, first and foremost, I'm like, first and foremost, if you knew your shit, Trick Daddy been talking like this before you were even commercially known. Like Trick Daddy has always been talking like this about women. This is nothing new. Secondly, it's not like any of the shit that he's saying doesn't have any validity to it. It's not like none of the shit he's not saying doesn't have truth.
He wasn't reading a scientific report that's been done over the past 20 years on women.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this shit isn't known. You know what I mean? Like even black women themselves have criticized other black women about the way how, you know, how they carry themselves in some situations. Yes, the way how he said it was pretty vile. I ain't gonna say like the shit wasn't in poor taste, but at the same time, that's who he is. That's how he been talking. You ain't gonna come around here and then tell another man how he shouldn't be addressing certain topics that concern him or anything like that. Like shut the fuck up, man.
I mean, my biggest thing about that whole thing is that he was like, y'all hoes. He's talking to hoes. If you feel as though you're a hoe, if the shoe fits Cinderella, go ahead and try on that glass slipper, and you know do your thing. But other than that, sit your ass down, man. If it don't got nothing to do with you, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's all that I'm saying, though. Believe me, I'm right there with you. Like, first of all, why do we give a fuck about what Trick Daddy's saying anyway?
Exactly.
You letting a celebrity say this shit to you. If this was like Ben Carson, I would be a little bit more inclined to be mad because, you know, you're a renowned doctor. You know, you shouldn't be speaking like that. But some hood nigga who got a little bit of fame, why would I pay him things he say in his mind? If I ain't a hoe, it's not gonna bother me because I know I ain't no goddamn hoe.
Exactly.
What movie is this? Venus Wars? I'm about to go check that shit out. But yeah, like it's a lot of save a hoe ass music out now. You know? And I'm against saving hoes, especially if it's going to cost me money. There should be more music to pick up our women who are going through trying times.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
You know?
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Like, no one deserves to be fucked over, you know? But unfortunately it happens. No one deserves to be treated as a piece of shit. You know, a piece of property or that, this, that, or the other.
I definitely agree with that. I really do believe that there should be more songs out there that are just showing support towards like black women or just women in general. You know, like I like just showing a certain level of appreciation or support for them. You know, you ain't gotta be riding them or nothing like that, but just saying like, yeah, you know, we see you, we know what you're doing, and we appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's on some shit where it's like,
look, you know the joint that made me mad. The joint that really made me mad was Best I Ever Had. I know you remember that song.
Best I Ever Had?
Yeah.
Who's that by?
That Drake shit.
Oh, yeah, that was some Save a Hoe shit?
No, I mean, it may not be no Save a Hoe shit, but to me, that's what opened the doors for that shit. A lot of people praise that song, this, that, and the other. I don't remember my exact thoughts on that shit back when I heard it, because I had a whole thing about that shit. But I was not a fan, and that was one of the first reasons why I just didn't like Yo. You know, and it goes beyond my preferences. It goes beyond the type of music I like to listen to. It felt like pandering. And that's what most of this, and I think all that kind of music is in the same Save a Hoe music, and just the outright pandering to women, that kind of music I can't fuck with.
It's that enabling, yo. Like it's that type of shit, cause you're enabling a certain type of behavior, and you're making it seem like it's okay. So they're gonna keep. You know, it's natural. Like it's human. Men are like this too. You know what I mean? Like if you enable a certain type of behavior, that's really unacceptable, you know, you're making matters worse. You know, like going around here you saying that shit, then yeah. So I mean, like cats like that. That's one of the primary reasons as to why I can't really listen to them, or I don't really rock with like J. Cole or Wally, whatever the fuck you want to call him. That's one of the reasons why I can't rock with them too much, yo.
I mean, it's those reasons, and the whole fact of the matter that I'm not gonna say that. It's the whole fact of the matter that they're just not my taste.
What were you gonna say, yo?
I'm not gonna say it. Yo.
Go ahead, yo. You know what how we said some offensive shit on here. Like it's fine. It's not. We said some pretty offensive shit on here. It's cool.
Well,
People need this. People need this. They need to know. What is it that you want to say?
I mean, the misogyny. People gonna say I'm misogynistic or whatever, which is not the truth. Because if there's any few people in this world that I've ever loved, it's my goddamn mother and my woman. Like,
right.
Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
I don't make no qualms of it. But that's it. They some fucking hoes. Like, they some fucking clown ass bitches, man. What the fuck?
All day, yo. All day. And you know that you see that's why I encouraged you to say what you had to say, because men are being more and more censored when it comes to things like this. Like men and women. I'm not even going to just say men. Women too. Women are being censored when it comes to, you know, criticizing men's behavior as well. And you know what happens with that is that when you have a certain opinion about something, and when you say like, yeah, you know, now if you said that around a group of women, right? If you said that around a group of women,
I'm the first one to say that shit around a group of women. I say that shit quick, fast, and a heartbeat. Don't give a fuck what they got to say.
Right.
Say what you want. As long as you don't talk about my mother or my woman, I don't give a fuck.
But check it though. This is what I'm saying. When you say that, when you say stuff like that around a group of women, or some simp ass nigga, like if you say that around them, what's gonna happen is that they're gonna try to if they're going to use a shaming tactic. And what the shaming tactic is that they're going to say that you're bitter, and that they're going to say that you hate women, that you hate women. Like when you say like, yeah, you know, these women, you know, they don't got no type of most of these women out here, they don't got much self-respect for themselves, right? If you say something like that, what the hell, cat? What are you doing? Yo, cat just glitched the fuck out. If you say something like that about a group of women or a particular group of women, you're going to be seen as a hater. You're going to be seen as someone who hates women, a woman basher, or like, yeah, you must hate your mother, or you know, or something.
That's the furthest thing. I punch a motherfucker in their goddamn mouth. They even mention that type of shit.
Exactly, right. And and like I said before, women face the same type of hardship too. When a woman, because I've seen women who share the same type of viewpoint about men, and they say, well, you know, these men out here, there's a lot of fuck boys out here, and this, that, and the third, right? And what men do, you know, they'll try to say, oh, well, you women, y'all always putting us in a certain friend zone or whatever. You don't give a good guy a chance and all that other shit, right? So women face the same type of bullshit as well. But that's what I mean. Like you gotta stay true to that shit. Cause I stay true to that shit. Like I'll say it right off the jump. I'll be like, look, baby, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like you know, like I'll say it like right then and there. Like if I see you doing some shit that's suspect, I'm damn near gonna call you out on it. You know? And if it's around me, then yeah. You know, so fuck all that.
I know you streaming, so like at the same time, I'm not trying to put no shit out there, no craziness. But yeah, like, yo, that's just, it's whole shit, yo. It's whole shit. Like, everybody wants... I'm not gonna say that.
Yo, QueST not to fuck that. Son, we've already... Yo, man. We already in hell, baby. Like, it's... Like, it don't even fucking matter, yo.
Like, yo, it's a lot of things.
And that's what the problem is. The fact...
Go ahead.
Nah, the fact that you feel hesitant. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you feel hesitant to even say shit like this, that's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. You know, like you feel like, yo, nah, man, I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to say that shit. It's because you faced that shit before. You faced that type of shit where it's like niggas, like, you will say something that is clearly wrong. You know, you'll call out a behavior that's clearly wrong, and you get criticized for it, and you'll be deemed as the bad guy.
So one of my biggest things, I'm gonna go into it like this. One of my biggest things that I have a problem with is somebody trying to tell a man how to be a man. Are you a man? No, you're not. You face the hardships that men face. Now, granted, women face a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit. We definitely gotta make that known.
Yeah, let me preface that. Women face way too much bullshit, and it's a lot of bullshit that men need to stop doing. You feel me? And it's a lot of bullshit that women need to stop doing towards women. You know what I'm saying? That type of bullshit needs to go. Okay? My mother had to teach me how to be a man because my father wasn't there. Okay? The only other person I had to look to for being a man was my grandfather. Okay? Those were the only influences I had. I'm the oldest boy. Okay? Besides that, all I had was BMX. You know what I mean? Listening to that shit and, you know, figuring shit out for myself. I don't fault someone like that. If you don't have a man in your life to teach your man how to be a man, I'm gonna teach your son how to be a man, then you do what you have to, mommy. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business. But when you're talking about, like, I'm not gonna sit here and let the woman across from me tell me how to be a man. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay? Now, if I'm on some bullshit, then yo, call me on it. Cause, you know, sometimes I be on some bullshit and don't realize I'm on some bullshit. And I need to check myself, you know? But you're not gonna sit here and try to tell me how to be a man. A man shouldn't do this and a man shouldn't do that. You men got the game twisted. Who was you to tell me what I got twisted? Who are you to tell me?
I've heard that shit before.
You know what I'm saying? But then I'm wrong if I'm like, a woman belong in the kitchen and shit. You know?
Don't say that.
And that's not how I feel. That's not honestly how I feel. But if I was to say that, then I would be wrong. Right? I would be wrong if I was to say shit like that.
And that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what the problem is, yo.
Like you have no experience being a man.
You got way too many.
You only have experience being a woman, so you know. And I get that, you know, women are tough and this. Yeah, that's cool. I understand. Yo, women empowerment. Yo, y'all can do what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can do what we can do. But the same ones that be like, yo, I can do what you can do and I can do it better, be the same ones that want to throw hands with a nigga, and then the nigga, you know, bust they shit. You know what I mean? And then it's all of a sudden, you know, you're not supposed to put your hand on women. What? But you can do what I can do, right? But no, that's not, this neither here nor there, because I'm not hitting no women unless they hit me first. But my whole thing is just the whole trying to tell a man how to be a man. If the man is a deadbeat, he not taking care of his kids, he don't visit his mother, you know what I'm saying? he don't look after the family or even just check on people. You know what I'm saying? And you might have to talk to that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you ain't have a father in your life, and you got nothing but failed relationships, don't tell me how to be a man, a husband, a brother. Don't talk to me about doing that shit, because you don't know. You don't know. You have no clue. You feel me?
Nah, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying.
And if it's a woman that's an expert on being a man, then, you know, point me to this person, because I want to know what she knows. You know. You know, and I'm not being facetious. Like, I'm being serious. Like, if there's a scientist or something out there, a woman who really knows what she's talking about, like, yo, I want to be put deep to her shit, because I want to know what she knows, because maybe I'm missing something.
Nah, chill, God. I don't want to know nothing. Like, I don't want no advice. I don't want no advice from no woman when it comes to that. I'm chilling on that. I know you can't help me with that shit. You definitely cannot help me with that.
You can't teach me how to stand up and pee, yo. I don't want to hear that shit, yo.
It's like I can't teach you how to give birth.
Right.
I can only bring the child into the earth. I can't tell you how that shit feel and what you should be doing, and nah,
right.
I don't know that.
I have no clue about that shit unless I'm a doctor. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it's some other shit I need to know.
But that's more on the lines of physically, like that can be proven to be effective, but like that's more subjective, like teaching you how to be a man, quote unquote man, because even the definition is all subjective, just like how it is to be a woman. There are different definitions of what is presented to be a woman.
Right.
So you can't really can't go off of that.
But still, like, don't sit up here and tell me. Like, one of the things that used to really bother me when I was, you know, a vagabond, I'll put it more like that, is that, you know, you always hear the terminology, the streets don't love you, right?
Right.
That wouldn't make sense to me. But the one that never made sense to me was like, yo, you don't control this hood. This is not your hood. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out there trying to control this. Like, you men are so stupid, this is what y'all go out there and do. It's like, how are you to say that's stupid? We have fucking actual text that says that this area belongs to this person and his syndicate or his people. To the point where the police were in on it, or to the point where, you know, government was in on it, you know?
Right.
And I mean, this is kind of deviating away from our original conversation, but it's that type of stuff that bothers me. Like, who are you to tell me that that's stupid? Right? Who are you to tell me that's stupid? Maybe being on the streets and about to get shot is stupid. But to have the aspirations to control this area, that's stupid? Why is that stupid?
The white man does it every day. They want to control shit every day. Right. But
man,
that part I'm not gonna get into. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into race, but yeah. But you know what I mean.
But I'm just saying, like, there are certain things that as a man you have to go do. If a man is sitting at home and not working, he is considered to be a bum, right?
It's in most cases, yeah.
In most cases. But then a fucking woman that sits at home with no job is not a bum if her man is working, right?
Right, because you know the whole, you know how, you know, this society is. It's like the woman is supposed to stay at home anyway by default. So no, she's not going to be seen as
I
that.
can't tell you how to be a woman. You can't tell me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from with that? Like,
I understand.
I have a big problem with that. I have a really big problem with that. And it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. Like, and I'm not talking just through memes and stuff like we be on Facebook, and there's always some woman trying to tell a man how to be a man, and it's like, I don't know, I may not know the man personally, but if I do know the man, I'm like, the brother seems like he's doing what he gotta do. Who are you to tell him that he's doing wrong? You know?
Well, you know, their whole argument to that is that, well, I'm a woman and I should have an opinion. I should have an opinion on how I want to be treated as a woman. That's their argument about it. Usually, sometimes that's their argument on it.
You're welcome to have an opinion on how you want to be treated, and you're welcome to have a man who wants to treat you that way. You're welcome to go hunt for a dude that wants to treat you the way you want to be treated. I stop no woman from that. Okay? But you gonna miss me with that bullshit. You understand? You gonna miss me with that bullshit. Cause there ain't no motherfucking way you gonna tell me how I need to be as a man.
I dismiss women. I usually have a tendency to dismiss women like that, who go around here, you know, having that opinion.
There's a particular woman that we both know, that we all know. Okay, I say we all know because, you know, it's more people in this chat, but that, you know, that person's not talking. But there's a person that we all know.
There's more people in this chat?
There was another person in the chat. I don't know if he left.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like, you know, the person is intelligent. The person is known to put up a good argument and stuff like that.
We know this person.
We know this person.
This is a woman.
Yeah, this is a woman, and she puts up a very good argument about things. You know what I'm saying? She's really good on the debate side.
What? Okay, you ain't got it. You can tell me the name after the stream, after I disconnect. Because I'm trying to figure out who's this person we know.
It's the person the three of us know.
Huh? Okay. All right. Cool.
The three of us know, and this person is really good with the debates and all that goodness. But yeah, like, there's always the issue of what a man should do and how nobody can tell this person how to do this, that, and the other. Oh no, don't shoot me. But damn, he's gonna kill me. I'm sorry, give me a second. Cell just almost murdered my ass.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I don't remember the status that she had put up recently.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, I know who you're talking about. I know what you're talking about now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. She had put up a status recently, and she was, you know.
No, her problem is that she thinks she's smart. That's her problem. But go ahead though.
She had put up a status, and I don't even remember even all of what I said. But I remember I hit her with some shit, and it pretty much shut down her whole argument because she had nothing else to say to me. Because, like, I didn't even hit it on no ignorant shit. I didn't come at it with no. I came at it with a view from both sides, you know, and how thinking like that is wrong, you know. But it just shut down the whole argument. Like, the argument couldn't continue because my line of thought was actually more logical to what you was thinking. You feel me? Like,
it took me a while, but I know who you. I know.
Yeah, I knew you was. I knew you was gonna catch on. I ain't had no doubt. But yeah, and I saw one time when you had some shit like that, and y'all went back and forth for a little bit.
We did?
And you were telling me about that shit. Yeah.
Damn,
Before,
I don't be remembering none of that shit.
Yeah, but, see, I have to remember that shit because when I go into an argument, especially with people we know, like, I don't want to be on the outs of an argument. I hate being on the outs of an argument, you know? Yeah. I don't mind losing one, but I don't like feeling like I'm not on equal ground with the person, you know? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch ain't give me that move. But yeah, like, it was hilarious to me. Because it was like, I said one little thing and it was like the whole argument was done with. And it wasn't as if she wasn't still in the thread. It wasn't as if she didn't want to talk about, I mean, she obviously didn't want to talk about it no more because she was talking to other people in the thread, but not me. So I'm like, oh, all right. Either I'm too dumb to talk to, or, you know, I poked a hole in your argument and you ain't had no comeback. So I'm gonna go with the former.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not a big debate person. Like, I don't like doing all that shit. But I'll poke a hole in the argument real quick. So, yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, see, I wish I wasn't streaming. I would definitely say something in regards to that. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she presents some cute little arguments here and there. I ain't gonna lie, she definitely does. But you see, the problem is, I remember I saw a quote that was like, you can put up as many deep and inspirational memes as you want and all these, you know, nice little quotes and shit like that and intellectual shit, but nobody isn't gonna like it because it's you.
Yeah?
Nobody isn't gonna really agree with it too much because they know who you are. So it's like, in some cases, it's really hard for you to speak on integrity or to speak on behavior. You're really the last person to really be talking on that, about that.
Yes, in that regard, most definitely.
Right. So that's why I really don't value like said person's opinion too much, or really take it too seriously on that instance. But we're on the same page. I know who it is.
Yeah, like, most people don't know or haven't been around for the crap bullshit that I've done, so I can speak. Ain't nobody will understand. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it should be.
So, right.
That's exactly how it should be.
I've done a lot of shit on my dolo, and the shit that I haven't done on my dolo, like, it's not gonna come out no time soon unless I speak about it. You know. Bitch. Damn it, Apple, get back here. Yeah, I don't even remember the argument, but I just remember reading, and I was just like,
Was I in the?
No, you weren't.
I wasn't in it. Okay.
I think we would have double teamed if you did that shit. So I'm glad you weren't in it. But what the hell? Apple, I'm gonna whip your ass. But yeah, it was just on some fuck shit. It was on some shit akin to, like, all men should play child support.
I know that's right.
You know, and I'm like, nah, I ain't with that shit. Like, that wasn't what it was, but that it really was on some shit like that. Like, what? All right, you need to chill. You need to chill the fuck out.
Last thing before, cause I'm about to end the stream in a little bit, but the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, there seems to be a situation that's going on with Serena Williams, in which,
go ahead,
which she's with this guy, and
yeah,
he's white, right? So the misconception is that there are a lot of black men out there that are butthurt over the fact that, you know, she's with this guy, and, you know, oh, you couldn't find a brother type of shit and all this other stuff. I don't think that's the case. I think from what I've been reading in a lot of threads, like from what I've read, brothers really don't really care. They're kind of like,
well, for her,
yeah, like they're kind of like, okay, she's with somebody, you know.
Yeah.
But if there is, and this is the thing that just kind of blows me away sometimes, is that even when there is like one dude that says something that's like, yo, like, oh, she couldn't get with her brother, she couldn't do this, she couldn't do that, or just say something borderline that kind of pertains to that. Every other man is now spiteful or jealous, even though like one or two guys would probably say something. Now every guy is upset.
Right.
And the thing is that I know I don't care. I don't know about you. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, you know, they're saying that a lot of men are upset at Serena Williams for this decision that she's made to get with this guy.
Okay. So, let me give you my two sides of it, okay? My 2 cents. Cent number one, I really don't care. Cent number two, I have a problem with it to the point that it's starting to become, I'm seeing a pattern, and I don't know if anybody else see it, but you got Janet Jackson, Eve, and Serena Williams all dating rich, either white or exotic billionaires, marrying exotic billionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you feel like?
I feel like that's because it's given. You remember how they were saying that rappers always put black women in their videos and degrade them and demean them and all that shit? And this was recently, and then 2 Chainz put a bunch of black women in the video, and he didn't degrade them, and he made sure to put both dark skin, light skin, all that in his video, right? And he did it with the purpose of saying that this is not to degrade women. This is for women to, you know, be able to look at this and be like, that's what's up, you know. And it was a video where they was walking around scantily clad, but at the same time they were dressed in suits and they were doing stuff, and, you know, it was more than just let me pull a liquor on these bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that with the 2 Chainz shit, men, he did that so men would stop devaluing women. I feel like this pattern, women are devaluing the men. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the roles are definitely reversed from when I was growing up.
So switched. Game so switched. It's not even.
I'm trying to figure out when this happened. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But
the thing is, I don't think it happened over like, it didn't just happen. It happened over a stretch of time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I feel like because it's the shit like, cause then you got the shit like this Meek Mill shit, right? Where Nicki is clearly, by all means, the winner in this situation. She is the breadwinner. She makes the funds. Okay? She is the attraction. She is what people go to see. And then you get a black brother like me who go and cheat on her. Now granted, she's a woman like any other woman, and any woman can get cheated on. Any woman can be ran through. You know what I'm saying? When you thinking with that mentality, that shit can happen to any. Okay? But when you got situations like this where women are at the forefront, and then you do some shit like that, it doesn't make it look good for us darker brothers. It makes more women of worth want to go to niggas who has exponential worth, you know? And that's my problem with it.
So you don't think it's because genuinely these women, you know, they just have they're just attracted to these men. You don't think it's something where it's like they just are just physically attracted to them, they're emotionally attracted to them. You don't think it's because of that. You think it's some other type of, I wouldn't say a cry for help, but like it's like, hey, look at me, look at who I'm with, type of thing.
I don't know. I'm not necessarily certain with that. In the case of Eve, she used to date Stevie J. Now look at what she's with. You know, we don't know how many times Eve probably got disrespected and ran through and all this other shit. You know, Janet Jackson just had her first baby at 50 years old.
Which blows my mind, really, but...
Right. Right. So, and then you got Serena. They might really do find these men attractive, but women are wired differently than us. A woman can like someone and not be attracted to him. I mean, most part, I don't know no men that are like that.
No, we're not.
Now,
we're not like that.
For most of the purposes, we're not. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. You know, we find them attractive, then we find them intriguing, and you know, that's how it rolls with us. They can find us intriguing before they find us attractive. But they might generally be attracted to them. They may be attracted to the money. Money make a motherfucker look way different. You know? And it's not like they need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Serena, somebody like Serena Williams? Like,
yeah. Or even Eve. Eve got bread. Janet Jackson got bread. They good.
Yeah.
They good. But at the same time, that does not mean that they don't want that security.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, every woman wants to feel that type of security with them. Yeah. Doesn't matter. That's just how women are. Period.
And then you know, every woman can't be Oprah. Every woman can't have a Stedman. You know what I'm saying? Every woman is not that privileged. So because they're not that privileged, they either get it on their own or they get with someone else. You feel me? Who got it? Now, like I said, I feel like it's a pattern going on. I feel like that, you know, the rich and the wealthy are swooping on our women of worth. Oh shit, is this Captain Planet? This is Captain Planet.
That's an interesting comment you said.
I mean, it's the truth. The one thing I do when I watch all this news and all this other shit is I watch for patterns. And one pattern I keep noticing. It's black women that are black women of worth. The not necessarily our leaders, because I'm not as certain with them, but the entertainers, the athletes, they either gay or they not fucking with niggas. You feel me? Either way, they're not fucking with niggas. However you slice it.
Do you think it's more so on the way how some black men, in which they present themselves, and how, you know, because the difference, this is what I say, the difference between the thing about black men is that if one black man takes a L, we all take a L. Like, there's just no way around that. Like, like, we all look bad. We all look bad. So do you think like it's something on the lines of that, where it's like throughout the duration of the years, more so like last past decade, do you think the value of a black man has definitely dropped? I would say, like, it's just dropped a lot. And then, like, the reason why a lot of black women are mainly going after, you know, men of a different race, particularly men in like high profile, you know what I mean, rich men, is because there are a lot of brothers who are definitely not in that position, which in itself I feel is untrue, but you know, that's what's,
how do I put this? How do I say this? I don't feel like we have a bunch of dudes who ain't in that position. But if you look, when you think billionaire, who you think of is black? Black billionaire, who you think of?
Well, I think of Dre now. I think of Dr. Dre.
Okay. Alright. I believe he's married, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's married. What, you mean like single? Like?
No, I'm just saying, just period.
Oh, not many. There are not many. I don't think Diddy is at that level. I don't think he's at the billionaire club, is he?
He's close, but
he's close.
He's there yet.
Yeah, Jay is definitely not on that level yet.
Nah, but he's married too.
Why do you keep saying? Why do you keep saying because they're what? Because they're married? Like?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at, I'm even though I say just name whoever, I'm looking for a black brother who is billionaire money, because that's who is swooping up our women, is the billionaires, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for black billionaire dollars.
Off
and
the top.
The only person that come to mind for me is Magic Johnson, and he's married too. But,
Magic Johnson's in the billionaire racket?
I'm not sure if he's in the billionaires, but I know he's a part of a fucking venture capital firm that, you know, they put in work.
Okay.
You feel me? They put in fucking work. So yeah. I don't believe that there's much on our end in that regard. But even if it were, most of them are already taken. You know?
Oh, so that's why, okay.
Everyone else I mean, you know what? And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just fucking women. Cause I know Gambino likes Asian and white women.
This is true.
And I know Kendrick Lamar.
Nah,
he's with a black girl either.
Nah, he is.
He is?
Yeah, he's been with the same girl since I think high school.
Yeah, but I didn't think she was black though.
Yeah, she's black.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not shooting at them anyway. You know, I'm glad about that shit. But it's just, there's a lot of that, and I feel like one of the things that I struggled with here in Baltimore that a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of people, when I was younger, I didn't like dark-skinned women, and people would be like, "Why you didn't like dark-skinned women?" And looking back on it now, I know why I didn't like dark-skinned women.
Why is that?
Because a lot of the dark-skinned women here were fucking raunchy. A lot of dark-skinned women here were not what my mother had envisioned for me, you know? And I knew what my mother had for me, and I knew what I liked. I don't like loud women. And if you're gonna be loud, you at least gotta be funny. I don't like uneducated people. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So what? So what is that like? What like? That's the type of environment. That's what you're saying. Like that's the type of environment that you were around. Like a lot of the darker skinned women were like very loud, very uneducated, like that type of thing.
The women, period. Like let's be real. At your job, you know how the women act, right?
I know exactly. I think all too well.
Okay. Right. So when I was growing up, a lot of the dark-skinned women were the ones that was acting like that. Okay. So that's why I didn't like them.
Ah, okay.
And it wasn't until I got into college that I met a dark-skinned woman who wasn't like that and was beautiful. You know? Now, sadly, she ended up being that way after some time. You know, I knew Shorty's sister. Her sister was beautiful as well. Her sister was the first one that made me even think that, man, damn, dark-skinned girls can be cute. You know?
That's crazy.
Then I meet Shorty, and Shorty is actually fucking gorgeous. And she is intelligent. You know, and she's not loud. So then I was like, well, maybe my worldview is limited. I've been all over the place, but maybe my worldview is limited. So I started opening my mind towards it. And I'm starting to see now that there are a lot of dark-skinned girls that are very beautiful. But coming up, that wasn't the case.
Wow.
Coming up, that wasn't the case. And I feel like that's how they look at us darker brothers now. Even the younger darker brothers, it's like, yo, them niggas not worth shit. So we automatically ugly, you know? Because we ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
So they jump with the billionaires because they worth shit. So that makes them attractive. You feel me? Like, it's crazy, yo.
For some reason, though,
I'm on my conspiracy theory shit, but yeah.
Nah. It's for some reason, damn, I'm getting fucked up. For some reason, I kind of feel, even though the political correct side of me is saying, well, she probably is just into the guy, like she probably just likes him or whatever. But I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting the impression that that's not the case. Like I don't, even though she has more, isn't she worth more than this guy? She's worth more than him, right?
He's a billionaire. She ain't no damn billionaire.
Oh, he's the billionaire.
Yeah.
I thought she was worth more than him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got these women who are of worth. They're great people. You know what I'm saying? in our race, you know. But they're dealing with niggas who are dealing with people who are much more richer.
Oh, that changes everything then. That definitely okay.
Yeah.
I thought that she was the one that, you know.
Serena ain't no damn billionaire. She's an athlete.
No, but
athlete,
I knew that she wasn't a billionaire, but I definitely knew. But I knew that I thought that she was the one that was more well off. I thought that was the case, but apparently that ain't the case. But no, you know, the whole idea of, you know, men being jealous or men being angry, you know, I don't think that really is the case. I don't think niggas really
ain't jealous.
I don't think niggas really care for real.
I mean, like, I know this much, right? A woman could be attracted to you slightly, but if you hit her with the rod, she's into you if you do a good job. You know what I'm saying? I've had women tell me before that I'm not their type, you know. I'm not the type of dude that they ever fuck with, but I did my job and they was like, yeah, you know, so are you gonna leave your girlfriend, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit like that. And it's like, nah. No, Freezer, no!
She playing Xenoverse?
Yeah. Freezer tried to hit me with the supernova. He tried to get me out of there, yo. But, there we go. Y'all always miss that move. I'm trying to remember my train of thought.
I do wish that some people would, I wish that some men in particular would understand, and this is deviating from my topic, but like, I wish that some men would really understand that it doesn't really matter how much you praise a woman. It doesn't really matter how much you praise a woman. Women don't necessarily care about that type of shit. like women don't necessarily care about that type of shit. Like that type. I mean, they appreciate it. Like, it's nice that you do it because, of course, you know, you're catering to their ego. Anybody will love their ego stroke. But
yeah,
I just wish that because there are some men that actually do this with the attempt of, you know, getting in good with them.
You
and like,
queen.
Yeah, yo, like you.
Heart.
Like, the girl clearly has a fat ass.
Right.
But she's a queen though.
Right.
Like, that's the reason. That's primarily the reason why you complimenting her, Negro. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, yo, women are used to it, yo. Women know what it is.
Yeah,
yo. And it's, they know exactly what the fuck it is. Let's not be.
Oh shit.
Let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. That being said, there's a way. I mean, I don't know the way how to go into a woman's inbox and be like, yeah, so what's up with you? I'm not a talkative ass person when it comes to that type of shit. I'm not a starter of a conversation. I'm a person who reacts, you know. But when a nigga does that shit, you beautiful queen, you know, why are you doing all that, brother? I don't think you really gonna get nowhere with that. Like, let's be real, my nigga. Let's be real. You're not gonna get nowhere with that.
Oh man, that should just be blowing my mind sometimes, yo. Like, and you know, they get, and women will get, actually, some women anyway would really get mad at me for, like, if I say something, because I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
We need a woman. We need to do this podcast, and we need a woman. We need two women. We need two different.
Nah, one is enough, son.
Nah, yo. We need two different types of women in this thing,
son. One is enough, yo. One is enough, yo. Like they ain't going.
No, because if it's 2 or 3 niggas in the joint, we don't want them to feel like they getting, yeah, man.
like blasted on and shit.
Yes.
I get it. I get it. But nah, man. I mean, I don't think that's. I don't think we're like bashing anybody or anything. At least I don't think so. But there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying is that there's nothing wrong with honesty, man. And honesty gets seen as, you know, you're bashing them, or you're saying something out of line, or you're saying something wrong, and that's or you hate women. And that's not the case. Like do you know how many women have actually said that to me? Like they have said like, oh, you just seem like you're so bitter, or you just seem like you're so angry. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I'm not. Like I love women. Like I love women to death. But I think women are the most beautiful creatures on the planet, man. But they get on my nerves. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the other thing with some men is that they don't want to admit that. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to admit that because they don't want to get in trouble. Like it's like, nah, don't say that, G. Don't say that. I'm like, yo, she annoys you. Like,
if we can have a conversation, if we can have a conversation about this type of stuff, then it's like, then we need not talk. You need to be able to think beyond yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for guys too. Like, I can think beyond myself. You know, sometimes I'll be on some other shit. I'll be on some fuck shit sometimes. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. But, yeah.
Like, nah, man, just
you can't just be up here like, yo, I hate women. Nah, I don't hate women. You know? I got nothing but love and respect for women.
So why do you be talking that way about it? I'm like, look, it's not nothing. It's the same way how if a woman were to say something about me, if they say like, yeah, Chaz, you know, you out of line for this, you shouldn't never. If a woman says something to me about that, I will gladly say like, yeah, you know, all right, you're right about that. Like I'll take that. You know what I mean? Like it's a form of constructive criticism, yo. That's how I see it as. But I'm not gonna. Nah, I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit for you. Like you ain't an adult yourself. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat that just because I want to like try to get a piece of ass or some shit from you. Like it's not going to happen. Right. You know? Nobody's over here hating women. Nobody's over here bashing women or nothing like that. If you going around here and you saying men ain't shit, and you dating the same kind of man, like it's kind of like if you go around, you say yo, ice cream is horrible. I hate ice cream. I fucking hate it. Okay, how many flavors have you tried? Oh, vanilla, but that's not the point. Like,
right.
I mean, what the hell you gonna go around? You gonna say you hate ice cream? You only tried one flavor? Nah, yo, right. Come on, man. You know, you picking the same. More than that, yo. Yeah, you picking the same type of brothers, and you say you picking the same kind of dudes. Of course, you're gonna keep getting shitted on. But don't go around here and blame an outside factor. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta look within yourself.
And you know, a lot of people don't want to do that, yo. A lot of people don't want to place that shit at their own feet. Like, one of the things that I tend to do, especially nowadays, is I do a lot of introspectives and retrospectives and shit like that. Like I'm always like, damn, could I do this differently? Could I handle it better? You know, because you never know. You got to look at how you approach things, you know. But some people just look at it as, I'm right, they wrong. That person ain't shit. You know.
Ah, man. And if I want to call it out, I want to call it out, yo. I had one I had one chick on here that was like, she said something about relationships and about people or something like that. And you know, I had said something. I had said my 2 cents, and I said, well, you know, maybe the reason why things are the way they are is, you know, is because you setting it up for it to be like that. You know, not everybody is the same way. It's probably your environment. You know, you probably just gotta change your environment, change the people you hang around with. And you know, she came back and she said some shit. She was like, she was like, yeah, you know, you're not getting my point or something like that. And she was like, yeah, you only comment on posts like this. You don't comment on anything else I put up. And I was like,
go ahead, I'm listening.
And I was like, all right, okay, cool, fine. I don't do that. But at the same time, if I feel as though that there's something wrong with what you're saying, just like if someone thought, people have no problem. You see it on my page all the time. People have no problem. If I say, yo, do you know the sky is blue? And if somebody will have a problem with that. Like somebody on my page will try to debunk that, and he'll say like, no, actually no, the sky is orange today because of the temperature of the way how the precipitation in the sky and shit. So the sky is actually orange, Chaz. And I'm like, wait, you really gonna argue with me about why the sky is blue? Like, so if someone has no problem disagreeing with me on whatever it is I say, no matter how simple or anything, nobody has no problem with that. But if I say something, you know, oh nah, man, man, you wrong for that. You should have never said it like that. I'm like, look.
I will say this much. You're a very opinionated person, you know, and I feel like people, because you're being opinionated. You're not opinionated and loud, but you're just opinionated. Okay, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But being as though you're opinionated, even when you're being like attempting to do it with kid gloves, it automatically just gets taken on some other shit, you know, automatically. And I don't know if it's just your body language or what.
I don't know what it is, yo. I really like don't know what it is, man.
You be coming for them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can say some shit about people, and sometimes I say, like, you seen my post. Sometimes I come right for a motherfucker. I don't care. And sometimes I handle it with kid gloves because I know who I'm dealing with, you know. But I don't know. I don't know, yo.
But I'm gonna leave it alone though. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. It's just kind of it's just like, damn, yo. I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't.
I mean, I wouldn't if it was me. If it was me, I would just say what's on my mind. Especially if I'm you, put it more like that. If I'm you, I'm gonna say what the fuck is on my mind. You know why I'm gonna say what the fuck is on my mind? Because people gonna have a problem with it anyway.
Because you don't talk enough.
Mean you can't.
You're always so quiet. You're always like, why are you so quiet? You don't be saying shit.
That's why the fuck I'm quiet. Nigga. Shit. Like, nah, yo. I'm all about, you know, not handling the situation with kid gloves, but I'm all about, you know, being respectful of the person I'm talking to. You know?
I am too, yo. Like I am too, but don't try to. Just because when I share an opinion about something, that don't make me. Like, your preconceived notion about me based off of an opinion that I had. You know, like, yeah, yo, like, you must be mad about this. Like, nah, I'm not mad about anything, yo. I'm just, nah, you gotta be. That's the only reason why you would say some shit like that. Nah, you wrong, yo. What you mean I'm wrong? Nah, you
wrong, nigga, the fuck?
You wrong about that, yo.
Nah, I always go back to that this one conversation we had, and you always tell me you can't remember it. But you asked me about the way I used to treat women. Wait a minute. Something started pouring in my headphones, and I couldn't make out where it was coming from. You were saying something to me about how I was treating women, or what gives me the right to even be or think that way, or something like that. And it really made me think about what I was doing. And then for a little bit there, I thought maybe I had a problem with women. And then I realized I don't. Women got a motherfucking problem with me. And it's not all women, you know? Because a lot of people, you know, especially nowadays, they respect you. They respect my opinion. When I try to keep things to myself, when a person's not understanding, I'm not gonna keep arguing with a person who can't even see the other side, you know? When you're dealing with a lot of people like that, which I know you do, I just stop talking. But a person that's willing to understand, or a person that's clearly not going to understand at all, but still going to try to force their opinion, I'm gonna let them have it. You feel me?
I can't do that. I personally can't do that. I gotta walk away from that shit. If I don't know you like that, or if I just don't like you, I'm not gonna give you the time.
Oh no, I'm saying if I don't like you, that's a whole different story. Like, yo, fuck about my face. Who the fuck is you?
or even if you're not really listening to reason like that, and I don't really have that type of like. For example, like somebody like Kyle, I'll go back and forth with, because Kyle's my man.
He's the brother. So
yeah. So I'll go back and forth with him, like on like if he disagrees with something I said, then I'll reiterate. You know, he'll come back at me. He'll say what he feels, and it'll be whatever after that. But there's some people who I won't engage. And like it's pretty much for that main reason that I don't really have that type of connection with them for me to or any type of emotional attachment to them to really engage them. You see, it would take me to really know you. I would have to know you personally to really engage you in any form of type of discussion or debate or even trying to get you to see things in my perspective. If you don't see things from my perspective, or if you don't see things from just a certain perspective, then I'm not going to convince you. Like, if you just say, yeah, I disagree and I do this and I do that, I'll say, all right, whatever. I'm not going to argue with that, because that's your view. I don't care what you think. Like, that's your view on that. So I'll just leave it alone. But somebody who I have some type of attachment to, yeah, you know, I'm going to talk back to them. I'm going to engage them.
Yeah. I mean, well, when I say stuff like that, I'm not talking about no dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about somebody like at the job, okay? There have been people that I've talked to who really didn't need to speak to me about anything, okay? And I didn't need to speak to them. We ain't clicked, not even enough to chat, point out where the stuff go, I'll put it up, okay? That's as far as we go. But if I can even start a conversation with you, I don't have a problem, you know, arguing views with you. I picked Golden Freezer twice. Yeah, so I don't mind doing that shit. And not everybody is deserves to be engaged, okay? But I don't mind being schooled either. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you putting me on to some new shit. But if you're just a fucking idiot or you're a fucking asshole, then you stay a fucking idiot or you stay a fucking asshole. Leave me the hell alone and I won't talk to you. How about that? You feel me?
I feel what you're saying. Yeah. But I mean, you're definitely better than me, man. You're definitely better than me. Cause
that comes from working in electronics, yo. That comes from working in electronics, yo. Real shit.
Yeah, I can't do that shit. I can't do that shit. I just don't got the patience for it no more, yo. Like I don't got the patience for it. It's either one way or the other. Like if I know you personally, then yeah, you gonna get something from me. If I don't know you like that, you ain't gonna get shit from me.
And I can understand that though. I definitely can understand that because you run into so many different people here, and a lot of them are negative. You know, a lot of them aren't attempting to learn or attempting to even to school. They just want to be right. They just want to talk. They just want to, you know. All right, Freezer. All right, Freezer. Shit. Because he keeps slapping me with his tail like I'm some type of bitch or something. Like, yo, you ain't gonna keep disrespecting me. Put some respect on my name, nigga. Yeah, when you come around those type of people, I pick up on that type of shit quick. So it's like, if I feel like you one of the type of people, I'm not even gonna try. You know.
Like it was the same shit that happened to me. I don't know if I told you about this, but I had gotten into it with one of my managers at that place. Well, first what happened was one of my managers who I'm cool with, he came to me one day and was like Chaz, you need to watch out for this guy. You need to watch out for him because he got a hard on for you. Like he wanted to try to get you set up, get you in trouble or get you fired or whatnot. So just don't give him a reason. Just stay clear from him and everything like that. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, why has he got a problem with me? I ain't even say nothing to the nigga. Like, why he got an issue with me? So I was like, all right, cool. So I did. I kept my distance from him. And then there was one time when I went to one of the other managers who happened to be with him. The guy who has a problem with me, apparently. And I was talking with one of the managers, and he just stops me, like midway into the sentence, and was like, yeah, what are you doing? And I paused for a second, because usually when a person steps to me like that, I'm not expecting a person to step to me like that, so I'm taken off guard. So it may seem as though I'm intimidated, but really I'm not. I'm just caught off guard by your approach. So I started kind of mumbling, like my words, kind of stepping back a little bit, like, okay, how am I going to respond to this? Because it's out of the blue. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm in the back. I'm working on the pallets and everything like that. And he was like, yeah, how many pallets have you worked on? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't really know. I wasn't keeping track, but I am working. I'm doing work. And he was like, yeah, you check your time lately? You check your time? And I'm like, and just by how he was coming at me, I was just like, the fuck is this nigga's problem? Yeah,
that's what I'm like, so what's this about?
Yeah, right. And he was like, yeah, your time, you gotta check your time because you're in the negative and HR is gonna come. HR was looking for you and I didn't know where you were. So I'm like, okay, I'll handle that. Thank you very much, right? So later on that day, I'm in the back. He comes in the back again, and I'm talking with another associate. So while I'm working, so he comes in and just starts talking with us, right? And interrupts the conversation that I'm having with the associate. So I don't say nothing for a while, and he's like, he then asks me, he's like, yeah, how you doing, man? And I say, look, I'm doing fine, I'm working. That's all you need to know. That's exactly what I said to him, right? Because already I'm mad at him, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm working. I'm fine. You see me working. I'm doing what I have to do. He's like, well, why are you coming at me like that? I'm just asking you a question. And I'm like, well, you first come over here and you interrupt the conversation that me and this other associate are having. And then you go around here and you're basically interrogating us and you're asking us what we're doing. And it seems to me like you're just looking for a reason. And then he was like, well, what do you mean? I'm looking for a reason. I don't like the way you're coming at me and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, you don't like the way how I'm coming at you. Well, how about earlier today when I didn't like the way you were coming at me? And all you were doing was just asking a question, right? So it's okay for you to come off in a certain way or come off as like very intimidating or interrogating a person. It's okay for you to do that. But when I come back at you with that, oh, it's a problem. You know? And this is everything. I'm saying all this to him. And you know, he was like, well, you know how these motherfuckers are. Like they'll come around here and then make it seem as though they're the ones who are the victim in this situation and you're the one that's overreacting. Right? And I'm like, nah, man, you ain't gonna slide that one on me. We both know what you were doing. We both know why you're here. You're here to check on us to see if we're actually working. And I'm letting you know that we are, so you can just keep it moving. You know? And you know, he's going on again, and he's saying, well, there's obviously a problem here because of the way how you coming across, and now that I know what the problem is, then maybe we can work it out, maybe we can talk it out and all this other stuff like that. And I'm getting upset with this guy. Like I'm getting mad at him because it's like, you should have just walked away just from this alone. And you know, he's going on and he's saying, well, if there's a problem, if you had a problem with what I was saying to you, then maybe next time you should pull me aside and you should tell me, well, look, I ain't like the way you come at me, as opposed to you handling it the way you did before. So then I say this to him, and I say, look, bro, you a grown ass man. You should know how this shit works. And this is exactly what I said to him. I was like, look, because at the end of the day, it don't matter what your position is. We're both men, and we both should have a certain level of respect for one another. So I'm not going to sit here and explain this shit to you like you're just fresh out of the womb, like you just don't know no better. You know, you should know exactly how you were coming at me. I'm not going to sit here and explain to you how I choose to be approached or anything. Like, fuck all that. You should know this. Right. As a man, you should know this. And the fact that I'm
you should know that.
Right. And the fact that I'm even explaining this shit to you is making me mad. It is. Because at a certain age, no, you should know what is. You should know from what is being respectful from what is being disrespectful. As a man, you should know that.
Yeah.
And if I have to sit here and explain that shit to you, I'm sorry, but I'm fucking you up. Like, we fighting. Like, there's no getting around this. If I gotta sit here and explain to you what is respect as a man, like I'm your dad or some shit, and I gotta explain some shit to you like that,
yeah, that's a problem.
Nah, we fighting.
Especially in a work setting.
Yeah, we fighting. Plain and simple. That's one of the reasons why I don't really like engaging people who I don't personally know. Like if I don't know you like that, I'm not having a back and forth with you. Because if I do have a back and forth with you, I'm sorry, but we just gonna have to fight. We're just going to have to just square off and just settle our differences that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that regard, you know me. I'm not really a really friendly person, but at the same time, like, I don't mind open myself up to speak to people. So, especially managers, like, I'm gonna know who you are. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna know everything that goes on because I want to know everything that goes on. I don't want you to have no fucking.
I personally don't. I see. That's what I'm saying. Like you a lot more mature than I am, because I personally don't care what your reasons are. I don't give a fuck what your reasons are, fam. Like if you got a problem with me, then you just got a problem with me. You know what I mean? Keep it. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. That's just how it's gonna be. There's enough room in this facility for you to have your own space. You don't need to be around me. You don't need to be around me. Whether we work together in the same department or not, the department is huge, man. You can go to the other side. You know, like fuck all that.
Some people I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are just letting that shit go.